We thought this was a great opportunity to bring in the Whitney Women in Trucking simulator trailer and let them see what it's like to drive a CDL truck.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.
We are so incredibly excited to be hosting this event today. AIM is deeply involved in the Mahoning Valley and the Youngstown community and economic development within those regions. We've really seen an opportunity to open the eyes of children within the community as to careers that are out there that they might not be considering and might have never been mentioned to them.
When you look at our area, you look at what's going on in the world, you know, Women in Trucking has become a real organization within the transportation industry. And when you look at the transportation industry as a whole, it's a very male-dominated oriented industry. And when the Women in Trucking has come in, it made a real push for the opportunities of women to get into the transportation market, whether it's logistics, hiring, driving a truck, dispatching, all these different opportunities that aren't really the traditional route of school. So we said, hey, let's open it up. Let's show everybody that there are more opportunities than this one track, the trades that we do with our technicians as well. To open it up to say, hey, here in the valley you have jobs, good paying jobs, and a good livelihood, and there's one in trucking for women.
I know when I was in school, and particularly being a young girl, like having the Girl Scouts out here today, you just naturally think you progress into a 4-year college degree, and a lot of time other options aren't really brought up to you. And there are so many rewarding and lucrative jobs that exist in the trades. There are industry experts that are predicting the trade-based jobs are going to be harder for AI to replace than most other jobs. So there's stability, there's security, and there's so much pride in being part of America's supply chain. And a lot of times that just isn't taught in school because that's kind of not the way we're really thinking as a humanity anymore. We think that college is always the natural next step. So we thought that these girls and children, girls and boys both, ages 8 to 10, that's really when you start forming your opinion of the world and getting ideas that stick with you for the entirety of your life. So we thought this was a great opportunity to bring in the Whitney Women in Trucking simulator trailer and let them see what it's like to drive a CDL truck, be out on a big rig and feel the wind in their hair and be independent in that way.
So in the simulator, they have a bunch of little computer areas and setups where the kids will learn how to drive a truck, and then there's a big simulator where they can really feel it, rock and roll, and the feeling of what a big truck feels like to go down the road. Well, really it started with a Girl Scout troop, and then it really blossomed from there, where we added our employees and we said, hey, bring your kids. We're a family company, we're family oriented, and we really want to pass down what we do to others.
My first thing when I started driving was just loving being in the truck. And something I was telling the kids here is it was just so much fun to see everything. You don't always have money to go on a road trip, but like if you're in the truck, you get to see cities that you might not necessarily drive through. You're sitting up so much higher, you're going over a bridge, maybe you look down and you see a beautiful river flowing, you see animals, and I've been places that I wouldn't necessarily go in a car. Not only that, but it's just been really fun for me to see my kids learn about things because of me being in transportation, but like my son, I was actually pregnant with my son while I was a driver, and it's like, so as he's gotten older, it's been something he got to learn about. So it's been a lot of fun. My daughter's here today, and she's been around the trucks and stuff like that, but for her to actually come to work, she was so excited to just come to work and do this and see the trailer and do the simulator, and seeing how all the kids are having fun doing this, and how much fun they're having doing the simulator. It's awesome. This is a fun event, and I'm really proud to work for AIM in moments like this,
And over the years, we continue to bring more and more women into the fold where they understand, they have a great voice, they have a great understanding of what we do, how we do it, and the relationships that really women bring to the table within our industry has made it much more easy to really work together.
We see that only 15% of transportation professionals are female, and there are so many rewarding careers that where you can support your family. You know, we have so many single moms out there that are, you know, taking care of kids and are the breadwinners too. And jobs like being a CDL driver, you can command an incredibly high salary. You can really support yourself well. And there's opportunity for women that just they've never even thought of that exists right here in the Youngstown area at AIM.
BusinessJournalDaily.com 3 Minutes With is brought to you by Farmers National Bank.
Save, borrow, and invest with Farmers. Take heart knowing you're helping create a strong community. Mind your money at Farmers. Talk directly to local decision makers about your loans, investments, and insurance. Farmers. Fiercely local, fiercely loyal.